Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time it is or where you are in the world. Today we're going to talk about how to set up a new email, the email stuff. By stuff, I mean the properties, what you can do, making a new email versus setting up your own, and everything in iOS today. So let's hop right into it. First thing to do, we're going to go into settings. After you get the settings, we're going to mail, contacts, and calendars. It's right here underneath iCloud. We're going to touch that and open it up. And we're going to come down. This is where you can, as you can see, I have a couple of mine blacked out because they're my personal email addresses. You can come in here and you have so many options of what you can do. The first thing you want to do is you want to hit add new account. And then you can add your iCloud account, your Exchange account, Google, Yahoo, AOL, Outlook, or other. Now, other is anything that's not offered, but you'll have to make sure you get your POP3 or whatever your inbox settings are specifically for it when you come in here to add it, because it's going to ask you for everything. We're going to be dealing with specifically iCloud today. So we're going to touch iCloud, open it up. Now, if you already have a pre-existing Apple ID, you can come in and enter it right here. Your Apple ID would be whatever you use to sign in to the Mac Store, the App Store, or to iTunes. If you make purchases or anything, you have an Apple ID, sign in here. Now, if you already have one, but let's say it's not exactly professional, so let's say your iTunes address is like swedenjuicy616 at iCloud.com, you probably don't want that on your resume. So come down and get a free Apple ID. That's down here at the bottom. Now also, you do have options in the event that you forgot your password or anything. That's right here in the blue. That's pretty self-explanatory. But let's go ahead and start and make a new one. I created mine personally to have one for my friends and everyone to communicate with and one for work, so that they went to two different email addresses, but the two circles didn't have to see each other's. So my personal email that looks kind of funny is spelled with a techie name my friends get, but my professional stuff that I put on business cards, all of that, it just has my first name dot my last name at iCloud.com. Now the first thing you're going to do is enter in your birthday. We're just going to put some random stuff in here just for giggles. Now, I'm going to put your info in here. By that I mean put your first name and your last name. Please don't write your info. This is just me helping you guys out. Create Apple ID. Now you can do one of two things here. You can use, if you have like a Gmail, an AOL, can't believe they're still around, right? Or any email address you have that's pre-existing, you can turn it into an Apple ID and use it with your phone and everything, just like an Apple ID would. Or if you want, you can come down and click and get a new one. Now, if you get a new one, you have to set it up. Again, if you want it for a professional email or something, please make sure that it's something that you would want on a resume, that you would want employers to look at. If you're just wanting it for yourself, knock yourself out, put whatever the heck you want at iCloud.com. I'm just going to put first, if I could spell first, dot last, dot awesome. 657, sorry. Now, I don't suggest making it this long. This is just so it goes through. We're going to turn on and delete this email address later. And apparently it can only be so long. So we're going to have first.last.also. Now, keep in mind, whatever you put here, whatever you make right now, you're stuck with. You can't come back and change it later. You have to make sure you like it, because in order to get another address, you have to make a brand new one and go through all this over again. We're going to hit create. Now this is the part where you got to need a password, but your password has to be at least 8 characters long. You need one number and an uppercase and a lowercase letter. So usually I tell my friends to make a word, add a number at the end, put a number in the middle, whatever you want, and then either have all caps and one lowercase letter, or all lowercase letters and one caps. It's completely up to you how you do it. It's your call. We're going to go with my video. My video. No. These are important. These are your security questions. So, you pick out 3, you answer them, so if you get locked out, you can get back in. First thing, you learn how to cook tacos. Model of your first car, Firebird. First album you purchased, Nellyville. Who remembers Nellyville? I love Nelly. Alright, rescue email address. If this is your secondary email address and you might get locked out of it, put your primary email address here. If you are a dependent of someone, put your parents' email address here. If you're setting up the email address for someone that's dependent upon you, put your email address here. If you're setting this email address up for one of your parents and they are not exactly technologically savvy, put your email address here. Now, this will help you in the event they get locked out to kind of, it's like a 911 type of thing. Moving on, we're not going to put anything in there because I don't need to. Email updates. If you don't like ads from Apple, whatever you do not click this. You want it off. This is no ads. This is ads. It's that simple. Terms and conditions are pretty much the contract between you and Apple. They're giving you an email address, and this is their term for using it. You can opt to have it read. You can opt to read it right now. I still, every time I see it, it cracks me up. You're setting up an email address, and they offer to email you the terms and conditions. You haven't read them yet, so it's like, okay, well, what about the one person who doesn't? I mean, then you definitely would have to come down here and read it. But check that out. Make sure you understand it properly. Hit agree. Hit agree again. Well, guys, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your time. More to come. Please stay tuned. Be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned right here. And you know what to do. If you or your friends need to know something, feel free to drop me a line, and I'll be happy to help.
Holler at your boy if you know somebody. Let me know, let me know, let me know, let me know. Holler at your boy if you know somebody. Let me know, let me know, let me know, let me know. Holler at your boy if you know somebody. 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 Holler at your boy if you know somebody.